Your hometown station. I'm Tori, and in studio with me is my special guest, private investigator Jonathan Kraut. Hi, Jonathan.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Pretty cold.
I know it's cold. What's going on? We'll need an extra blanket tonight. You heard the weather, right?
Well, I'm warm-blooded, so
You'll be okay?
I'm for hire, yeah.
You're okay. Private investigator Jonathan Kraut. He is here to talk about his job and all the kinds of cases. How do you become a PI? And I think one of the biggest things we were talking about off air is the stereotype. When we think of a private investigator, I think we may be wrong. I think we might be thinking that it's something that it's really not. And Jonathan is here to set us straight. Is that right, Jonathan?
I am.
What exactly do you do as a private investigator?
Well, usually there's 4 kinds of work. My firm specializes in 4. There's a couple more. Background checks, meaning you're trying to make sure that when you have people at your house or watching your parents or your children or the company store or money, that they're trustworthy. Online background checks are no good. You really have to, each county has their own records, so unless you can access all the records in all the counties instantly.
What do you find online? Like, what do you find that's not online? Like, what do we, so we can
Criminal records are typically not online. Domestic violence and abusive cases are not online at all.
Really?
Federal cases like murder, drug trafficking, bank robbery is not online. So an agency has to look for that.
So really, there's nothing that would help us that's online. We really,
little
if
bit.
we're looking for a thorough background
Right.
check, we need someone like you.
Yeah, it only takes a day, but you want to do it right. And the second category is criminal, to include murder, attempted murder, crime. A lot of times, law enforcement, they do a great job, but they miss something, or people don't want to talk to them. And so we go behind them and find the people, the witnesses that are not willing to come forth, and get their cooperation. We get evidence. We think of things that maybe a detective doesn't have time to work on.
Gotcha.
Third area would be civil, like finding witnesses or people to subpoena that are trying to hide. And we'll track
like on
them
the
down.
Good Wife. On the Good Wife, there was a Kalinda from the Good Wife. I know you don't watch TV,
No.
but one of my favorite shows. You sound like you're a Kalinda from the Good Wife. She used to do that too.
Yeah, and you talk to neighbors, you talk to people. We have agents of different ages, male and female, different nationalities, and we try to match the person they're going to talk to so they feel comfortable. For example, if you have a young lady from Guatemala, I have an agent from Guatemala, and they bond and connect right away. We get information. A lot of times people are afraid to say things, but our job isn't to judge. It's just to gather information for the court or for the attorney.
It's got to be hard, though. Yeah. Come on, being a human being, a little bit of judging. No, you got to steer clear of it, huh?
We don't judge. Let the courts do that. And the final category is family law, which might be cheating spouses, child support, like the husband or wife is hiding income that they said they're not making, but they are. Or is the child safe, custody issues. So we work in all those areas.
Gotcha. Almost like that reminds me a little bit of the Cheaters show. Did you ever see Cheaters?
No,
you don't. You don't even own a TV, I bet you.
I have a TV.
It never goes on.
I'm usually working. I mean, if you can do it, why would you watch someone else? You might as well just
Very true. Very true, Jonathan. But that reminds me of a show called Cheaters, where the private eyes would, follow spouses and see if they were, up to no good. And of course they were, because or else we wouldn't see it. Why would they wouldn't show us?
We had a case where a lady said, I think my husband's cheating. Would you follow him? And I said, do you have an attorney? You're going to file divorce? No, I just want to know. So we really didn't want to do it because unless they're serious, we're not. Anyway, she finally talked us into doing it. We found this guy had 3 different girlfriends. When we told her, she said, oh my God, I thought there were only 2. Okay. And so,
What? Jonathan.
Yeah. So the point being is, if you want to, if you're serious, hire a firm.
And she, to your knowledge, she did not even file for divorce.
We don't think so.
Okay.
She just wanted to know, but she already knew, and so we hate to waste time with that. Rather do something valuable, help somebody innocent get out of jail, help someone get justice or get a ruling that's fair. That's all we want.
Sure, absolutely. What if I wanted to get into your business? Where do you even start? Well,
we want to find out how you think. What is your character like and what makes you happy? So I have staff that does admin work. They do research online. They find people's Facebook and Instagram information, and we catch them that way. We don't have to go anywhere. Then we have field people that love to snoop around, like to drive, like to talk to people. They're very friendly. They don't like an office environment, so that's a second category. And a third category, maybe where I am, is you're more technical. I'll look at murder reports, I'll look at pictures. How did the stab wound or the gunshot go in? Is that consistent with what the police say? And kind of examine it from more of a forensic approach. So you have three kinds of people that we could all work with.
Do you have anybody who likes to dabble in all three of those areas?
Not really.
No,
Most people kind of end up in an area they really like, and they just do that, and that's fine.
Fantastic. So if I wanted to do this, you figure out what category I'd be in.
Right.
I think out of those three categories, see, that's hard for me because I do love to go online and look at Facebook and do a little bit of investigation, right? But I do like to go out in the car and snoop around. So where would you put me?
I would probably give you both and just see where you go. Maybe, like if you do field work, ultimately you're going to have to do some online work anyway. Like the field staff usually does a lot of computer work, but 90% of their work is outside, 10% inside. The admin staff, 90% is inside, 10% outside.
Gotcha.
So
Okay,
they'll help a little bit.
They dip a toe in each other's areas. Gotcha.
It's more fun. You keep it moving. Cases are different. Every case is different. Every day is different.
Do you need a certain degree or education for this kind of job?
Well, you need 6,000 hours of experience before you can take an exam to get a license. But all I need is someone that's fluent in English, that has at least some college, no criminal record at all. You can't have anything you ever done wrong.
So you have to do a background check on them.
Yeah. Well, we usually have interns do them on themselves as a
Oh,
way
to kind of show you that they can do this.
And
Interesting.
it might take about an hour or two. It's very
Interesting.
thorough. We check every court and every system they've ever been in. We look at every, all the things that we do for any investigation we look at. Like if we're going to hire them, we might as well let them do their own. And then we want to make sure that their mind is right, their personality is good, they're very neutral. You can't get too emotionally involved. You just want to gather information, find people, and really the information and the witnesses speak for the case. You don't have to worry about it too much. So
I would call you and say, this is me, this is what I'm interested in. You would take it from there and see if you indeed could use them on your team.
And you have to be willing to work. I mean, I work probably 80 hours a week. That's why I don't watch TV.
I know you don't watch TV.
I like this. I want to find out what happened. I want to be part of it. I want it to be fair. I want the outcome to be right, whatever it is. And so a lot of times you have to do a lot of work.
Great moral compass. I love it. We can find you online at netcheckpi.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
Netcheckpi.com. Net, N-E-T, N is in Nancy, right?
Yes.
N-E-T, check with a C-K, check, P-I, for private eye, I guess,
Yeah.
right? PrivateInvestigator.com. All the information is on there. Jonathan, thank you so much. Jonathan Kraut,
Welcome.
private investigator. Thank you for spending some time with me today.
Oh, you're welcome. Nice to meet you.
I feel like I know so much more. I really do. You enlighten me.